Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is the first episode of Mini B Season 3. So this is episode 1, starting a new year. And the goal of the Mini B series is to put this little RTR, basically an RTR that we've been slowly upgrading and tuning, and getting this on the podium. So at the first of the year, I do have some fresh ideas. We were able to get this on the podium for the big championship race at the end of last season. And this season the goal is to get this on the podium too. So for the first race, here are the things that I'm going to go through and add to the car. First item, and a reminder, all these things that I'm showing you, there's no sponsorship or nothing. These are things that I bought that I think will help my racing, and I think they'll help yours, so I show them to you. First one, I made an order from a company called Hackfab, and they make a lot of parts for Mini B and Mini T. And this one here is more for just getting myself organized. I bought the mini pinion gear holder. Take a look at that. It's a piece of carbon fiber with 2mm posts on it, so I'll be able to get my pinions organized. Kind of a bling piece. Not necessarily performance, but maybe it'll help me in the pits. The first thing I'd like to show you that's performance enhancing. At the end of last year, we used the J Concept tires. I'm going to try out these Hackfab Swerve front mini oval tires. Now I tried to order them on white rims and they sent me these gray ones. Let's take a look at those. So these are made for the Mini B, but you can see the little tread pattern. And on our track, these little treads or treaded tires seem to work well. So I got these little guys. They do feel nice and firm. Now Hackfab does sell these tires in, these ones here are soft, but they sell them in all different compounds: super soft, soft, medium, and hard. So you could see before the J Concepts wore down pretty quick. I was thinking, no, maybe these ones here might last a little longer and give me the grip I need. So that's the first step. Second step is for the rear. I got the Hackfab rear. They call them Haymaker mini oval tires. Now they didn't sell these mounted, so they sell them, as you can see in the bag. We'll bring one out, take a look at it. These little grid pattern tires with nice little foam inserts. See that? Now the problem with these are they are the same size as a Mini B tire, but they're really made for the Mini T. And the Mini T has a little smaller diameter rim. You can see that put them side by side, there's a bit more meat on the side of these. So what I had to do is I had to buy little Mini T rims. And what I'll be doing is gluing up a set of these on these Mini T rims. So that's what I'll be doing tonight in preparation to get this on the track. Again, I bought these little rear tires in soft. So I got soft fronts and soft rears, and we'll see how those work. And I'll be able to buy them and tune them, maybe a little harder, maybe a little softer, to get more or less grip for the track. Okay, so we got rear tires to try, need to be put on rims. Little front tires to try. We got our little pinion caddy. And for the motor, I want to try detuning the motor a little bit. So I'm going to put in one of these little Hobbywing easy run systems. Little 18 amp speed control, just a little teeny speed control, and it comes with a 5200 kV motor. And I'm doing that because in my car now I have the 6400 4-pole, and it might have a little bit too much power because I've complained about roosting tires as it went. So I'm going to detune it with the Hobbywing. So, and then what I'll do is get the right speed control for this motor. This is a Furatech motor, but I'm using a Hobbywing stock spec speed control. So I'm going to get the Furatech speed control, and while that's in the mail, I'll use my brushless system from Hobbywing. Okay, so let me get that together, assemble this in the car, and then we'll take it to the track, see how we do it on race day. Okay, see you in a minute. Thought I'd do a quick video before I went to race day. You can see I got the Hackfab tires put on in the front. They look like they got some good grip to them. Replace the ESC with a smaller 18 amp Hobbywing. Replace the motor with a 5200 kV motor. Just going to go a little bit lighter on power just to kind of reset while I'm waiting for that Furatech speed control to come in. And then I got the rear tires on. They look really good. So I am hoping that these sets of tires have some promise and don't wear too quick, because there's all sorts of different compounds you can get for these tires. You can go from hard to ultra soft. So I'm hoping that these, the grip works, and then I'll be able to, buy the right compound. So wish me luck on race day. When I get back, we'll take a look at the running video. See you soon. And here we are, racers, at the race. I had a successful first qualifying session. Qualified third. You can see I'm the yellow car, center of the screen on the straightaway. Now I'm using the Hackfab front tires in soft compound, and I found that the Mini B bar tires in the rear seem to work good as a balance combo with a little bit of a push. And here you can see us go through the center of the infield, and we had a nice little train going there. So I was really happy with how that was starting out. Now you can see that in the bottom right, I somehow got off the track, flipped in the middle of the track. The marshals didn't see me and started the race disastrously. Dead last, probably a lap down at this point. So after all that work and qualifying, find myself in 6th place, trying to get caught up. Now you can see the marshals working away on a car down the bottom right, and my car is just about to catch up to that. That would be 6th place at this point, and I would have got a lap up because that car got flipped and had and needed some marshal, and I think a ball got popped off. And you can see that I just passed him again. So at this point, I'm at a contention for the top of the podium. Was really looking forward to getting in a podium spot, but I have not given up. You see, really still pushing the car. Let's just watch it for a few laps. Now we're going through the infield. You see a bit of a push and watching out for the leaders that were coming up on me, and I was letting them go through. You can see that white car did sneak through. He's in the bottom left now. I'm going bottom left in the yellow car. Top right, bottom right, through the infield, through that short little chute, down to the bottom left. You see, this combination of tires has really helped. And I also put in the Hobbywing 5200 kV motor just to take a notch out of the power. Just so I'd get some focused on the handling. I'll put the Furatech Kraken motor back in once we get that done. Here we are through that short straight, down to the bottom left, through the straightaway. And you see I'm not losing too much in speed, but I am losing it in handling. I don't have the handling quite right, with a little bit of a push with this tire combo. And unfortunately, I could have probably put on a bit more front compound for some steering and didn't get the steering. So now to the bottom right, you can see going through the infield. Now, if it wasn't for that bobble in the beginning, the car does seem to be handling, I don't know that it's in total contention, but it is certainly keeping up with the leaders. In behind my car, you can see an orange car with a white wing that I let go through. He was second place. So let's see if I can keep up with that car. I'm still pushing to try to get this car to the podium. I'm not going to give up on that. Oh, we got a little bit of a tangle with one of the racers. I think that car was first place at the time of the tangle. Which, let's just pick up where the car is now. Going through the infield, short little straight bottom left, up through the straightaway down. You can see the car has plenty of speed. And you see that white car, you can, right behind me, you can kind of pace off that. He was in, I think we're down to 5 cars in the grid now. One car did retire in this race, which put me up to 4th place at this point, with that white car in 5th behind me. Bottom right. See that the white car did pass, but let's see how competitive I can keep with these cars. The car is running much smoother with this tire combo, but just the slow in the corners. Unfortunately, slow in the corners. A bit of a bobble there, off the track, back on. Hard to recover, and after that slow start, hard to keep up. Hard to make positions. But you can see that it's handling much better with this tire combo. Those Hackfab soft front tires. And why I keep searching for tires is I'm looking for a set of tires that seems to last, but also has the grip and steering that I want. So I've been experimenting with a few tires, and the Hackfab softs were the combination. I didn't keep with the Hackfab rears because I noticed that the fronts were much softer than the rears, even though they were both softs. So I went with that softer Mini B rear tire. At this point, you can see the white car got in the center of the track, got flipped, and I was able to get a lap up on him because he was flipped. My car through this. Let's see if I can pick up where the car is. Oh, bottom left, going on the straight. Down to bottom right, through the infield. And as the front tires are heating up, it looks like it's becoming more and more competitive. A little bit of a push there around that big corner, bottom right. I've caught up to that green car. And that was the end of the race. Unfortunately, 4th place, not on the podium. But the very next week, we did have a race. I didn't do any additional tuning. I felt that with that poor start, again, qualified 3rd in this event. Going through the infield, up top right, onto the straight. And you can see my car just drove straight off into the pipe at the end of that straightaway. The car has a horrendous push at the beginning of this race. But still keeping with it. As I was saying, let's just follow around. So what I found I had to do when you have a big push like that is I had to get hard on the brakes on the straightaway. You can see I'm on brakes to get the grip I needed to get through the corner. At this point, running 3rd, top right, but you can see the orange car behind. He's running 4th, and he's running very good. Trying to hold him off, but no, he was just, you can see he gains tremendously. He doesn't have to contend with the push, passes me easily, takes the 3rd place, and now I'm running 4th. as we continue. So fourth place, going through the infield, bottom right, tap a corner, car passes down to fifth with the sixth place car right behind me. I believe that is six. So at this point, running fifth. It's very difficult with a push to really push and contend. So past bottom right now, going through the infield, trying to catch up to that car in front of me. He's running fourth. You see the car is handling much better. Again, we're using the Hackfab soft front tires, so I kept the combo the same. Using the Mini B rear tires, and I used a bit more compound on the front to get a bit more front grip. Still though, it's not loading the weight at the end of that straightaway, and I get a push at the end of the straightaway, which means I have to come on to brakes quite a bit earlier than I would like. But you can see through the infield there, lots of grip for steering. But coming out of corners, because of the push, I can't come out of a corner on power because it pushes easily. Let's just see how we're doing here. Through the infield. Unfortunately, I had a little tangle there with the first place car. He touched the corner, and I got caught up with him. But again, we're back in fifth. Fell pretty quickly from the start. And I'm just seeing if I can make up some positions. Car is handling nice. Trying to make up for the race last week where it got flipped off the track and had to start from sixth, but still not really making much progress in this race. The track is a bit too technical for a car with a push. You need to have steering, as you can see, a lot of corners, chicanes, and having to come off throttle. So what I'm doing is on the straight, hitting the brakes hard at the end of the straight. Through the infield though, I just have to back off the throttle a little bit for the front to dig in, but the end of the straight, and you can see that the end of the straight into the boards, hard into the boards. And at this point, see the marshal picked up the car. He is now fixing a tie rod, putting a tie rod on. So that is really the end of this race. So I'm back in the race, top right, through the straight, top left, chicane. I think my competition in this race is that white car that you can see just ahead of me. Able to pass him on the straightaway. Rolled, a little bit of a collision. Through the middle infield. Tagged the corner. The car is still a bit inconsistent. You can go from a push condition to like the front end biting and tagging the inside of a corner. So I'm still not 100% happy with the handling of the car, but you can see that it's getting very close with these new set of tires. Just follow along the last few minutes of this race. Let's pick up the car. We are now going under the timing bridge into the hairpin in the center, bottom right. Onto the straightaway, hard on the brakes, and under the timing bridge again. Center of the track, bottom right. Hard on the brakes. There's that white car again. We're pretty evenly matched. I'm just gonna follow along, see what we can do. Always trying to make progress. Bad corner there in the bottom right. Missed the braking point. You can see one of the leaders come through. I just give way, let them go through. There's no sense battling at this point with the leaders of the race. So at this point, we're just practicing, setting our goal for the car ahead of us, see if we can pass. And there we go, a clean pass, and then continuing on. On to the next. person in front of me. So we always keep pushing. Oh, here we have another leader. Let him go through.
Lap 608.2 result. Third junior done with a 41 lap 608.9 result. First Kyle done with a 42 lap 612.5 result.
Looks like our race is completed. Ended up finishing 5th in this race.
All drivers are finished.
You can see that still frustrated, doing a few laps. Just trying to figure out where is the car not performing. And it's definitely at the end of the straight. The infield is not bad. But there we go. So if you like this type of race and coverage, click like, subscribe to see more of it. And if you have any questions and comments, feel free to leave those in below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.